Hello, fabulous, lovely, wonderful people. I'm back and I'm excited to continue sharing with you. So in my last video, I talked about the importance of taking that first step, taking that step that you feel inspired to take. I also mentioned in that video how it's sometimes important to wait, and maybe the next step is to wait and not to take action. And so today I want to talk about the power of the pause. We often, as people, find our worth in our doing, and that's not where our worth is actually found. It's just in our being. So because of that, though, because we find our worth in our doing, we'll oftentimes just do anything, take any action just to be doing, and taking action out of sort of desperation or fear is rarely a good action. So so there's definitely something to be said for waiting, for pausing. I take Argentine tango lessons, and if you haven't taken tango ever, I highly recommend it. Anybody can do it, definitely. It's different from all the other forms of dance. It's very sensual and beautiful, and all that people know about it it's true, but what you don't probably know about it, which is something that I learned as I started taking lessons, is that it's actually a very sort of spiritual practice as well. And so one of the things that I've noticed, when you take salsa or you dance salsa, it's very dynamic, you're constantly moving, and it's fast and it spins and all these steps, and the tango can be that as well, but because of the way the music is, because of the dance itself, because it's this gorgeous sort of meshing of two beings coming together and creating something, there's sometimes a moment where you can just sort of pause as you're dancing, and it's sort of this moment in between steps, and it's just as effective and it's just as powerful in the dance itself as the steps are, and it sort of allows you to get sort of sync back up again with your partner and continue moving, because the tango is very much sort of an improvisational dance. There's not as much choreography. You just feel the music and you feel each other, and you create together. Because of that, I felt very insecure, when I first started dancing. So I'm like, I want to know what the next step is. I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to, do the wrong thing. And so then I would just take any step. Because it wasn't an inspired step, I didn't feel that from my partner, I was just kind of doing my own thing, then we would totally get off of sync, and then, you can get right back into it again, but it would just kind of throw it off a little bit. And so when you take a moment to just pause, you can take that next step much more confidently, much more powerfully, and you can feel that sort of impulse, that next impulse, much more clearly. And that's exactly how it is in life. You want to be okay with taking that pause and trusting that pause. If you know you want to go in a certain direction, there's a certain desire that you have, that's fantastic. Put that out there, express it, but then be okay with waiting for a clear impulse for the next step. Because we want to control, our egos, our minds are going to try and come up with a million different steps that you can take. And you know what? If it's not inspired, if it doesn't come from within, if it doesn't come from your spirit, you can take it, but you'll probably come to find out again eventually that this just feels like it's just hard. And you'll learn some things, and that's great. But be okay with the pause between steps, the pause between thoughts, and trust that the next step will come when it needs to come, and it'll be clear, and then you can take that action, and that action will be powerful, and it'll be inspired, and it'll be awesome. because it's inspired and because you were able to get clear on it. So I wish you an amazing, delicious moment wherever you are. And if you want to receive more from me, subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you again soon. Mwah. Ciao.